guys, so I'm Bailey and I am going to be talking about trust. So in the last video, you all heard Liv talk about the health problems that came along with the Flint Water Crisis. And now I am going to tell you all about the trust issues that came along with it. And so with that, I'm going to be sharing how it started and the fact that it's still going on today. I'm going to be sharing a primary source story so you all will know exactly how it's like for them even to this day. So the Flint Water Crisis was first started according to an NPR article written by Merritt Kennedy in April of 2012 to June of 2013 when Flint officials started looking for a cheaper water source. And then in April of 2014, they switched to the Flint River as their main water source. So as you've heard, this created corroded pipes, which led to lead being in their water. And so this was kind of how it all got started. So the citizens were left out of the process in deciding whether to or whether to not change water sources. And they were lied to after that decision was made. Their concerns were ignored about the color and the smell of the water and the safety of it. So they were told that it was safe when it wasn't, so they were essentially being poisoned. So the distrust between the two is very understandable, and that has led to more problems, one of them being the financial strain that it has put on the lower income residents of Flint, because they have to think about where they're going to get water, bottled water, because they have to have water if they're not going to use the tap. So they have to buy bottled water, and they have to have transportation and gas to go to these places to get bottled waters. And like I said, for most of us, that wouldn't be that huge of a financial strain. But for the lower income citizens of Flint, this is a huge financial strain. And so this has led to, the distrust has led to so many problems that you wouldn't necessarily think about right off the bat. NPR released an interview called What's Changed and What Hasn't when it comes to the Flint Water Crisis. And in this interview, they talked to a woman named Kalika Harris who lives in Flint. She's born and raised there. And she talks about what her personal story is and how the Flint Water Crisis has affected her. And in it, she talks about how the trust between the government and the citizens is gone. It's not there anymore. So she says that she does use the tap water to bathe, but for brushing her teeth, drinking, cooking, she uses bottled water. And she said that it almost feels like a routine now. It's just the normal because she's been doing it for so long. And she says that when the government says that the water is safe, that she doesn't believe it. And it's not just her that thinks that, it's everyone in Flint. The state gave free bottled water for 2 years until recently when they switched back to the water source. And that was very discouraging for so many citizens in Flint because, like I said before, now they have to buy the bottled water because it doesn't matter what the government says to them, they're not going to believe it. So when they say that the water's safe to drink and that they are no longer going to provide bottled water, that just makes these people feel even more betrayed by their government. So there's still so much distrust, and I don't think that the government is doing what it should to repair the relationship. And I think that that needs to change, because the relationship between the people who make decisions and the people they make the decisions for is such a vital relationship, especially in Flint after this crisis. So I think that they definitely need to be doing more to fix that relationship, because it is so important. I hope that you all learned more about the reasoning behind the distrust in Flint citizens and the government in this video, and I hope that you learned something new that you didn't before, and that your eyes were opened to the reality of what is going on in Flint. In the next video, Claire is going to be talking about environmental racism. So she's going to be discussing, is it or is it not environmental racism? Does anyone know? So you should all definitely watch that and stay tuned. So this is the end of my video. Thank you all so much for watching. Bye.